Hello everyone, welcome to Friend and Fun. In this video, we'll be creating a color palette using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, so let's see the final result. So this is what we'll be creating from scratch, and as you can see, if you select a color, we'll be generating this color palette between the starting and the ending colors. Okay, let me try different colors here. And there is a select tag here where we can generate the number of palettes. If it is 10, then we will be generating a 10 different color palettes between the given inputs here. Okay, so to generate this color palette, we will be using a library called Chroma.js. You can download it from the CDN. Just search for Chroma-js and click on the link. You can download from the URL or directly include as a CDN link. Okay, so let's get started. This is my index.html and this is my index.html and my style.css and custom script file here. So I have included the styles and the script here, and I downloaded the Chroma and included it offline. Fine, so let's get started now. So I'll be creating a div with a class of color inputs. These color inputs will be having the color boxes as well as the select drop down. Okay, so color input item, so this will be an input tag with type of color, and let's give it a ID of color1, and we'll be creating another div with a class of color input item, and input type will be color. Let's give it an ID of color2. Next we need a select drop down, so palette count, this is a select, and let's give it an ID of palette count input. Okay, and for the options, let's start from 6 and it is selected by default. I'm just making it 7 here. So if I press Ctrl D, we'll be having the appearance of next appearance. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, 12. This is 11 and 12. Fine, so we are having a color inputs as well as a select drop down. So let's quickly style this. So I'll be using a random Google font, and let's give the HTML and body a height of 100%, and let's set the font weight, font family to Rubik Sans. Okay, Rubik and sans serif, and I'm going to remove the padding by default and margin. Next we are having the color inputs, so this is a div which holds our color inputs as well as a select tag. So I'll just display it as flex, colon flex. Okay, and justify content to center, align items to center. Fine, next color inputs dot color input item. So color input item is the div which is holding the input tags here, color input item. Okay, so let's set some margin 4 pixel, and the color inputs dot color input item input. So I'm just targeting the input elements. I'm just removing the border and removing the padding as well as the margin, and set the outline to 0. Let's give it a height of 40 pixel and width of 40 pixel. Okay. Next we'll target the select tag, color inputs dot palette count item, palette count select. The palette count is a div and select is a tag here. Okay. And let's give it a height of 34 pixel and add some margin 4 pixel. Fine. And we'll be having a div which holds our palettes here. Okay, so outside the color inputs, I'm just writing a div which holds palette. I'm giving an idea of palette. Okay, so this div holds the palette which is generated using JavaScript. So these divs are generated using JavaScript. So I'm just targeting the palette and making it displayed as flex. So I'll set the display as flex and let me add border so that it is visible. Okay, and we don't want to wrap the content inside the div, so I'm just using flex wrap no wrap and giving it a height of calc 100% minus 48 pixel is the height which is occupied by the inputs here. Okay, so as you can see, it is covering entire screen. Fine. So let's work on the JavaScript part. So I'm just writing a function run which will run when the window is loaded. So I'm just adding the window dot add event listener of load with the callback, and this callback just calls the function run. Fine. So for the initial run, what we need to do is const color input. Color input 1 will be document dot get element by id. We have given an id of color 1 for the first color input, and similarly for the color input 2, document dot get element by id of color 2. So these are the inputs here. Similarly, I'm going to target the select input. Okay, that is the palette count. The ID will be palette count input. Okay, so this is the input 1, input 2 and the select input. Next, we'll be adding an event listener for all these inputs here. So color input 1 comma color input 2 comma palette count dot for each. I'm making use of for each loop here. For each color input or maybe an input, so color input dot add event listener. I am just adding an event listener of input on these elements. Okay, so inside the callback function I need to call a function which generates color palette. Okay, so we'll be making this function now. So outside of the run, I'm creating a function that is generate palette. This should accept the color 1 and the color 2 and the palette count. Okay, these three values will be passed to this function. So inside this function, first let's target the palette container. That is document.getElementById palette. Okay, so this is a div where we'll be adding all the color palettes. Fine. So before we append the childs, first let's remove all the child nodes and append new nodes which are generated as the user feeds the input there. Okay, so palette container dot inner HTML is equal to empty. So I'm just clearing the inner HTML. Next, let's have a const variable, colors variable. So color palette equal to chroma dot scale. So scale is a function which is defined on the chroma.js, which takes two color values, that is color 1 and the color 2, and there are different modes here. So I'm just using LCH mode, and we can chain a method where we can pass the number of colors we want to generate. Okay, the palette count. So everything is given in the documentation. So what we get is we will be getting a different color palettes, array of colors. Okay, so this results in array of colors. So color palette dot for each palette. For each palette, what we want to do is we want to create an element and append the element to the palette container. Okay, so to create an element, I'm going to use a const here, palette item. Okay, here is an issue here. So palette item equal to document dot create element. The element will be a div element, and for the palette item I am going to add a class here. For the class list I am going to add a class, that is palette item. So palette item is the class I am going to add for the div element, and palette item dot style dot set property. So I'm just setting a CSS var here, palette hyphen color is the palette we receive from the function here. Okay, so let's call this function generate palette and pass the variables here. So color input 1 and color input 2 and the palette count. So let's So seems there is an error here. Okay. Okay, so we are getting a color input element here. We need to pass the values here. So dot value. Okay, dot value. Fine. Okay. Okay. So the issue was we are generating a div element here. So we are creating a div element and adding a class to that element and setting the CSS property on the element. The final thing is we need to append these div elements to the parent. So palette container dot append child palette item. So if you see here, these are the different palette items with different color properties here. Okay, so let's style this palette item. I'm just going to style.css and selecting the palette item. So we'll set the background color to the variable which is generated there using JavaScript. Palette color, and let's give it a height of 300 pixel and width of 150. Okay, so as you can see, we are generating some color palettes. Fine, so let's make the height 100%. Fine, so if we select the 6 here, we need to fill the space. So to fill the space, what we can do is we can just add a position relative and flex to 1. Fine, and if you check the final version, as you can see, we are having the color codes on this element. So to generate color codes, we can just add one more element to this palette. So after creating a div element, we'll create a span and append that to the palette item div. Okay, so const palette color value. So palette color value is the element. Document dot create element span. I'm just creating a span element, and palette color value dot class list dot add. I'm just adding a class here, palette color value. So this is a class, and palette color value dot style dot set property. I'm just setting a property here, that is name color. This is the color which is generated for the hex code. Okay, so if you see the final output, if I select all the way black, the black dark color palette will be having a light text here, and the lighter one will be having a dark color text. So to generate this, we'll make use of chroma function. Chroma dot contrast. Here we need to specify the colors. So based on the given colors here, we'll be getting the contrast value. Okay, so I'm just setting the color palette and chroma dot chroma of color palette dot darken. So I'm just passing the darker color value to the element. If it is greater than 2, then we want chroma to generate that darker value. So darken of 3, else generate the lighten version. Luminance of 3. Okay. Fine. And here we'll be appending the color to the palette item. So palette so first let's create a text node which holds the hex value. So palette color value dot append child document dot create text node which holds the color palette. Okay, so color palette is a hex value here. And finally we need to append the span element to the palette item. So palette item dot append child palette color value. Okay, so these are the color palette values here. So let's style this using CSS again. So finally what we can do is we'll select the TTE palette color value. This is a class we have given for the span element. I'm just setting the position to absolute and we'll display it as inline flex and top 0, bottom 0, left 0, right 0. Set the margin to auto and the color will be the CSS property name color. Okay, palette color value. Okay, so if you select a darker color, as you can see the text is in white now, and similarly if I go for a dark, go for a white, it is in dark color, dark shade. Okay, so let's center these values here. I'm just going to style.css and writing the justify content to center, align items to center. Fine. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please do watch other videos on my channel. Please share and subscribe. We'll meet again in an exciting tutorial. Take care.